Cordoba in itself, I felt like could have been a different country from the rest of Argentina. Like La Rioja and Catamarca were pretty similar, but Cordoba is just like super unique. First of all, in the language, I was so used to being I was in a whole different part in Catamarca and La Rioja my first year of my mission. So going to Cordoba, I just felt like I was learning a new language because they talk with like a crazy accent, just like super sing-song, like Cordoba no sabe, like this like crazy like accent that's really unique, and I love it. And so that was obviously something really different, was the language. Not only is it a different language in Cordoba, like in downtown, but they also have like their own music. It's this type of cumbia cuarteto that's comes from Cordoba. La Mano Jimenez, he's like the starter up of that. So you always hear the same songs going in the street, and just like it's really unique to Cordoba, those songs alone. So yeah, it was very unique in that way, the culture. Food wise, they have empanadas Arabic, which I guess they don't have in other parts of Argentina, at least what I've known from other friends who've gone there. But there are these triangle empanadas that are cooked with, the meat is cooked with lemon juice instead of heat, so that's kind of cool. They're super good. Loved the food there. Loved the people. I was expecting when I went down there for them to be, I guess, a little more Latino looking, but they're all from Italian descent, so that was interesting. So transportation between the provinces was always double-decker bus, which was great in many ways, besides when the air conditioning didn't work or the heat was strong. Weather-wise in Cordoba, it would rain quite a bit depending on the spot, and when it rained, it rained downpour, and so it got flooded the streets. That was really fun at times. I loved going out in the rain. Big storms. One of my areas, Belleville, there was this huge storm. Huge, like probably 5 foot in diameter trees were just knocked down into the street. So that was kind of cool. Weather-wise, up in Catamarca, never saw rain for 6 months, besides once when it rained quite a bit, but very small amount of rain. It's ridiculously hot there, got like 53, 54 Celsius, so probably like 120, 130 Fahrenheit. So that was fun. I was there in the summer, and then La Rioja is the same way. It gets pretty hot up there. Cordoba is a little more mild, but definitely kind of like Utah. It's kind of just like really hot in the summer, really cold in the winter. But yeah, it varied where you were in the mission. So downtown Cordoba, it was a little more wealthy than, say, La Rioja or Catamarca. Wealthy as in, like, I don't know, a little bigger of houses as in like more than one room. So, but like out in La Rioja, houses I usually were about 10 feet by 10 feet, cement, just cinder block houses. And they usually paint them pink or green or yellow or blue. Same, just cookie cutter houses. They're called manzanas. Like they had like little blocks, and all of the blocks were called the same thing. So there's not really any direction or maps. It's kind of just like based on little, spacing on the word, but just that, I don't know, like locations or people. Somebody would just say, oh, where the fat lady lives, or where that dog is, when there's thousands of them. So that was kind of interesting, direction wise. But mostly, yeah, just cinder block houses, smaller. We did a few losas roofs while we were there. You just throw up cement to the second story, and you just dump it on, and it's just these cement houses. So most of the people, I'd say, like the biggest work down there is construction. Most everybody builds their own houses. That's what I saw. It's construction, little, maybe some food, like most of it is construction or kioscos, which they have like these little like markets inside of their house, outside of their garage, or not garage, but just outside of their front door, where they just sell a bunch of food and necessities, lighters, things like that. So I guess like the population is somewhere around 1.5 million, I'd say, in downtown. Great majority obviously lives in Buenos Aires, but Cordoba is the second biggest city in Argentina. Once again, like it's known for its quarteto music and its accent, crazy accent. It's a beautiful city. A lot of medical stuff down there in Cordoba. So I mean, and there was a few universities, even La Rioja or Catamarca. Like there's small ones all over the place. So that's great. It's free to go to, which is nice. Cost of living, if I remember right, I think it was about 400 pesos a month or so. So be when I was there, it was about 4 or 5 pesos to $1. So about $100, $150.